This conference will now be recorded.
Everyone, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
We can go ahead and we can start the class. Okay, and yeah, I'm going to just recap yesterday. So yesterday we just discussed about the introduction, and we had just a glance on manual testing and also the automation testing and use of automation testing. And today we are just going to start Python and the basics of Python. I'm sharing my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Very good. Okay. So right now we are using PyCharm. So to install PyCharm, just go to the Chrome and search for PyCharm. So it says PyCharm download. So we have that option called download PyCharm. If we click on this, it will download by itself. And the installing is the same procedure as we did yesterday. It works with the same. So for today, we are going to use a compiler on compiler. Open Chrome and just search for online compilers. We have online compiler called GDB online debugger. Just click on this and just click on login and create an account online compiler. So if you could see my screen, so we have a language option here. So when we click on C and just scroll down and select with Python 3, uh, see the screen. Starting with the commenting of the code. So comments are the lines which are used for read only purpose, which are not involved in execution or using compile in the code in the execution. So basically these three dots where we start to indicate that commenting of the lines. So this will not go into the output. Okay, so in this, I'm just going to type some of the things. So I think everyone can open their Chrome and just open online compiler in the background. So what we are doing right now, just copy and just like.
Uh, Kalyan, your voice was not clear.
Yeah, little
Let
bit it was breaking.
okay. Is it audible now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so you people also just open Chrome and search for the online gdb.com and online compiler. Create an account, just sign in with your Google, and also just with the project, start your own project, and let's do coding in Python, okay, in the background. So I'm just going to write the content that we are going to discuss for today. So for Python, uh, in this introduction class. So whatever we are writing under these three underscores, so it will go on under comments. Comments are the things that will not execute in the execution phase. So yep, in introduce this today, I'm going to do for like 21 steps basically. Yep, first one it's gonna be introduction to Python. Second, it's gonna be strings. Third, it's gonna be list. Fourth, it's gonna be tuples, sets, dictionaries, conditions, loops, functions, exception handlers, built-in functions, classes, file and links, string operations, arrays, lambda functions, math modules list to automation decorators and also generators. Okay, so these are the things that we are going to cover in Python, so which are relevant for automation basically. So as per automation, we also need to have the knowledge of Python. So while we are writing any scripts that's related to automation, so you need to know the logic, and you need to know the condition and looping the statements which are useful for automation. So these are the main things that we need to cover in Python. So as per the introduction to the Python, so for the Python we are using right now 3.13 is the latest version that we have online, so that we are using. So for to download the latest version, just we'll be going to the Chrome and we'll be searching for Python latest version, and we are downloading it. And as yesterday we discussed, so whatever we install, the mind of the computer should be decided with the language. So we'll be setting up with the environment. So again, it's like when we click on search, so we have environment, edit the system environment variables. Under the environment variables we will be having path, so we are denoting the Python version that we are giving as an environment. That's important. One thing after that, so we are having so right now today we'll be just working on online compiler. So we can just check this in PyCharm also, but working in this will be a smooth understanding. So we are here we have like run option and debug and stop and share, save, and something like download. So for this introduction class I just given the table of contents. So these will be the things that we are given under the comments. So I'm just clicking on run. You can see the output is hello world. Whatever I have written under the comments, it will not printed in the output. It just was there in the read only mode, but only the word like print hello world is having an output right here. And we can also save this. We can just click on save and just say day one project, not a project, just test one. If we go to the my projects, and we here we can see all the projects that we are working right now. So I'm just opening a project, the past ones. Yep, we have a print statement here. So here you can see I'm just using a print statement, and here it says starting with the brackets hello having only the single invited comma, and in the middle we have an me option using double invited commas, and also the world I'm using only the closing of invited comma and closing the statement, and I'm trying to print it. So I'm just running this statement. You can see the output here, the difference between using single inverted commas and double inverted commas and double inverted commas and single inverted commas. So under the brackets, whatever you have denoted in the face is printed like this. So can you observe the difference? here I'm using the I comment again, so it got skipped here. So I will just remove this comment and I will run it again. So you can see the output is like 1 2 3 4. It is printing statement 1 2 3 4. And here I'm putting the hash again. I'm commenting out this line. So I'm again running this statement, and you can see this statement is unexecuted in the output. So we have two outputs here: hello me world and 1 2 3 4. So the difference between using single comment, single inverted commas and double inverted commas, once a started of a print statement, as per the function, whatever you are denoting under the print statement, it will get output as is. So either you are using single inverted commas or double inverted commas, it's gonna execute in the same way. So for the print statement, let's say I have using kind of print, I have like have a spelling mistake, and I'm executing it again. Yep. So you can see the error here. Let's comment out these things. Yep, I'm trying to print hello, and I have given a spelling mistake called FRINT. I have using a wrong spelling. So the error is trace back. This is the common error that says for the print statement, and also it will also denote that what we are missing. So basically, it says print here, and name print is not defined. And did you mean print? So this is the error that is populating when we are using an wrong or else wrong or mistaken words. Yep. Have any questions here? So, did you follow what I'm saying? Like print statement having under the brackets with single inverted commas and double inverted commas.
Yes, Kalyan. Got
Yep.
it.
Yep. So we are right now we also start with the strings, and one thing. So I'll show you one thing. So we are on the local. So in the local, so we don't have any. Suppose we don't have any IDs like PyCharm, VS Code, or anything. So but we can also execute the files. So if we click on right click and creating a new going to a text document. So let's say test test and .txt file. I'm opening this and I'm giving print print and giving the same command hello world, closing it, and I'm saying this file control s. Control S usually we do for saving, and right now it is in txt file. What I'm gonna do is rename it, and .txt I'm changing it to py. So this is how it will throw an error while you are changing an extensions. So basically the txt file is a text file and the py file is a python file. So whatever you are defining under py, it will consider as a python file, as an extension. So I'm just changing this extension, and right now you can see the extension got to test.py, and I'm just uh, in the local, I'm just pasting somewhere in my documents. Yep. So I have pasted in test.py under the documents. So I'm if we click on like Windows and X, and we'll be having the system options. So I'm going to the command prompt directly. If I open this, I'm on the path of users on Kalyan. So I'm just going and typing Python. So we have 3.13 as local Python setup. So we can directly work here, and we can just say print and giving the same command like hello world, like yesterday I shown you. So if we click on this, so the output here we can see, and we can also directly work on math, or else any kind of functionalities. 2 plus 7, just click on this and you'll be having an answer. So you can also like check every functionalities that's related to Python. It can be worked in the same work set on command prompt. So command prompt has in local, so it got the setup of environment with Python. So it is recognizing that language as in brain language, and whatever you are giving any commands, it is working out there. So one case there. So if you are having test.py and you are having no IDEs to execute, so you can go to the path of this location. See, I clicked on the path, and it says the highlight, and just remove this thing and just type in cmd. So and click enter. So what happened is like navigated to the documents. This is like shortcut to get into that folder, or else you can also use cd hyphen the location of this path. So we are under the path of documents, and right now I'm typing test.py. So test.py is the file that we created right now in the txt file, and we changed the extension as of now. So I'm done. I'm just clicking OK, and you can see the output hello world. See, whatever in the test file that we have written before. So in the text file we have given the command called print of something, and it is printing right here. Got it? Any questions here? So we have executed one Python file from the local, from the command prompt itself. We are not using any IDs or anything.
Can you show one more time, Kalyan, how you selected the path without typing?
Yep, I can show you. So I'm just expanding this. So this is the path. Okay. So once if I click on
Okay.
here, so remove this and just type in cmd, command prompt cmd, and just click enter. So it will directly navigate to that path, and it
Okay.
will just highlight here. So I have given a file called test.py. So I'm just executing test.py. So under the test.py, we have some script in it and the Python script in it. If I click on enter, it will execute.
Okay. Got it. Hmm.
Yep. So in the test.py, if you want to edit something, it will directly navigate to the Python or else any IDE. See, you can see here. It is recognizing as a Python file. So this is one of the way to execute when you are not having any PyCharm or else anything in your local. So you can create a text file, and you can paste that code into that text file, and you can run it there. For example, I can also show you. Let's see. Let's play around it. Okay. So I'll do. Hmm. let's go with the topic of indentation. So in
Can
Python,
we
so
use
basically, mm, yeah.
sorry, can we use PyCharm or VS Code? Both are same, Kalyan?
Both are same. So basically, PyCharm and also VS Code is same. To run something in VS Code, we'll be adding a plugin called Python in its environment, and it will recognize that any file as a Python in its local and
Mm.
it will execute. So one difference you can see is so while you are running any Java file, so what happens is any code it will convert into source file, and after
Yeah.
that it will execute and from the bits and bytes. So basically the source file is uh, we will be writing something in kind of format of English. Okay, it will be converted into bits code, so it will be looking like zeros, ones, and some special characters like that code. And after that it will execute and you will be giving an output like let's say the print statement of hello world, kind of like that. So but in Python doesn't happen with anything like this. It will just compile and
Mm.
it will just give you the output. So for that you can Python is the simplified version to run something like that. So
Mm.
mostly we'll be using PyCharm. So in
Okay.
VS Code having the configuration with all kind of things. You can also in
Okay.
VS Code you can also write HTML files and also CSS file. And I'll also show you how to write an HTML file too. Coming forward, I'll
Okay.
just show you how to write it. Okay.
Okay.
Yep. So we are right now we are on the verge of basics Python. Going forward, you will learn how to write something in Python and what is the structure and syntax that you can be used to write any code. So once you are good at it, and you can modify your scripts and you can run it in any local. So local meaning again, you can run it from command prompt, you can run it from PyCharm or else online compilers. You can do work it out. Yep. We'll just go to this topic called indentation. So indentation is a kind of thing. So you are writing something. So the code, and the code is reading by itself, so spacing is important. So have like given print statement, I have given this space here, so there is an extra space here and I'm giving the command of hello world, and here I'm not giving any space and it says hello. How do you think this output gonna look like? So here it is. So indentation plays a major key role. So it got executed and it says like no value. Look, so it's good. Okay. And it is printing out. But what if I given print statement at 2 blocks later? So I'm doing print statement. I given space and also given the hello world in the command, and later on the same print statement I have given 2 spaces after I'm running it. So you can see the indentation error here for print hello. Can you see this?
Yes. Yes.
So yep. So what happening is here is, so while it's reading, so it says the first line start with the command and it got executed this and it is good there. But when it's going to the second line, it saw empty spaces, and the debugger not able to figure out what's happening between these two empty spaces. So it says indentation error. So that's why we will be facing this indentation error. So basically here you can might not understand the whole point of indentation, but here you can see we are describing something to the X. I'll just go one on one. So here we are printing just print two printing statements. Under the C we are giving the value of V as a string. So V is a character right here. For a C value, you are assigning a value of V character. So character is in alphabets, like basically A to Z individually, whatever you are assigning, those are characters. If you are assigning multiple characters, it will be considered as a string. So strings are having a group of characters, and integers are the numbers. Floating numbers are the numbers which are in decimal formats. So these are the basic differentiations between data types, and data types are the things that you are going to assign and design your integers. So c value is an assignment value here. So to the c value you are assigning a v character, and in the print statement you are just printing c. So c you are defined here, and here you are printing c. So let's under the v, if you are giving space hello world, so here what you are doing, print hello world you are doing, and out in the output we have a hello world. So here what I'm doing, c equal to v hello world, and I'm printing c. So this c I have like taken and using it here, and I'm running it, and you can see v hello world. So this is how the assertion works. So you can assign something to a value, and you can use it in the print statement and or else any method. So basically assertion, this is how it works. So and this is single assertion. So if you are using multiple assertions like a b c, and by using comma you are differentiating everything. So a comma b comma c equal to 10 comma 20 comma 30, and you are printing a comma b comma c. So you can see the output as a 20 10 20 30. So A got assigned with the value of 10, B got assigned with the value of 20, and C got assigned with the value of 30. If suppose if you are using an equal sign, so it says A equal to B equal to 20. So basically you are denoting that two variables A and B is 20, and you are printing A comma B. So it says like 20 comma 20. Not only the integers, the complex values like 3 plus 4j, and one is an integer and one is a non-real number. So this kind of complex numbers also can be executed in print statement, print of a. So it says a equal to 3 plus 4j. So you have the output of 3 plus 4j. So it is also recognizing as a non-real integer. And another type of assigning it is, so a equal to I'm giving my name as Srinivas, and B equal to giving my name as Kalyan. So I'm printing A comma B. So it basically says yes, Kalyan again. So I can also use strings for appending. So two strings. So you can see here I have used an integers 10 comma 20 comma 30, but I haven't used any inverted commas. So basically by default it takes as an integer values. You don't need to define it as something strings. So here in the strings you need to define with the inverted commas. So I'm printing a comma b, and the output is like this. And for the python, again python, for the string you are defining a equal to b equal to python. So I'm printing a comma b, and it's the output is python again. So we're just using one command called python, and we are defining it in a various ways. So the output, and I'm just checking the output how that looks like. You're getting right. So basically equal to b equal to python the string, and I'm printing out a comma b. I'm defining some value, and how we are looking at the output. So equal to python and print one is of a. So here we are defining some string and comma, whatever the value that we are like assigning, we are getting in the output. Yeah, here it is one swapping. So we are like using a swapping logic here. So basically, swapping logic is a reversal of something. We have value for x equal to 1, y equal to 2, and we want values exchanged for x and y. So the output should be x value should be 2 and y value should be 1. So what we will be doing is we are taking a value of a and assigning that value from the x. So a equal to x and x equal to y and y equal to a. With this logic, what happens is while you are assigning the value of a, so previously the value of x equal to 1. So a value will be going to be 1 and x value equal to y. So y value is 2. So that 2 value will be getting assigned to the value of x. So in the y value where it got empty before, so y equal to a. So a value in the previous section we have added with the value of x where x value is 1. So that logic here we say the swapping is happened. The print of x comma y is gonna be 2 comma 1. So swapping logic basically in theoretically we can say by using a temporary variable we can just swap the values. So for swapping logic we'll be using most of the scripts I mean in testing automation. Swapping logic plays a major role. So while you're testing something, so if you want to place any data types between one on one, so you will be using this logic. We will be taking some temporary variable and we'll be assigning that whatever test case to that scenario and we'll be working on swap. So for swapping logic here I did for integer and also here I did for string. It works same. And if a value is assigned to something a string and this is the format of reversing. So by hyphen 1 it can be reversed -1. So hello is it reversed to OLLEH. So -1 is an indexing object and we are using -1, so it will go back and go execute from the backside.
Why are we having the two colons in
It
front?
is the next syntax.
Okay. So when will when will we add numbers in those spaces?
Okay, what you are asking when we are have numbers,
Some, like,
how
for
that's
example,
gonna be executed, right?
working. Yeah, correct, correct.
Okay, let's do that. So if I'm giving like 1 2 3 4 5 6 and if when you are giving under the inverted commas it will take it as a string and if you run it so it will say 6 5 4 3 2 1.
Okay. I also meant like if, with before the colon and in between, if we have any other index number, will the
But
output change?
yep, obviously if I give -2 and if I run it and it will go for the two letters and 642 is the output 642. So it is like taking the values of this one and 4 and 2.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. So indexing work such a way. So -2 is a confidence score. So we'll be counting like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, 5.
Hmm.
So this is the
Okay.
indexing format. You're using
Okay.
-2. So that's how the output is gonna look like. So and this is called one way of doing it adding both the values. So basically a equal to python and b equal to some string and there are like two strings here and you are adding this c equal to a plus b and you're printing c and you can see the python course and also under this after the inverted commas I'm giving a space here. So that space is also taken as a special character and it will be go and printing into the output space. These are like different way of printing it. just the printing statements, that's it. So, and use of indentation. So coming we are assigning a value and we are printing it. So what we want something in the output, so we can just here we can just give the output and you can work on it. So that kind of scenario I will be doing right now. So we completed with the basics of everything. We completed strings and we are going to start integers now. Yep, this is one of the best example. So whatever your salary getting in your monthly basis, so salary that's going to get on, it is a generic value. So here what I'm using is salary integer. So you are passing an integer as an input in the output session. So the salary paid, it's going to be asking like salary paid. So I'm also again using the integer as an input, and for allowance also integer as an input. But at the end you are printing, and the total salary is the tax and allowance is comma like salary, tax, plus allowance. I'm just running this. So salary paid in the output, w- the value is added asked in the output. Let's say 1000. I'm just clicking enter. So right now for the salary paid, for the statement of this, it is 1000 is added to the value of this in the output. For the tax, let's say 200. 200 is the tax and I'm clicking just enter. So 200 value gets added to the value of tax variable. And extra, let's say 20, and I'm just clicking enter. The total salary is tax plus allowance equal to 1012.20. Previously what we did is like salary equals to directly we are giving some of the value, and at the corner we are adding it further. So here I will I'll show the difference. So here salary, if I'm like adding here like 1000, I'm just commenting out this line. So we are directly defining the value of 1000 here. So it is asking for the tax, what tax you are having, and I'm giving the 1000 as a value, and extra is something like 20, and the output is 2020. So for salary, it is like generically added like 1000 is the value for salary. For salary, the value is done. But for tax and allowance, there is a difference. We are giving the out in the output. So you got that difference, right? So allowance, for allowance also we are taking the value from the output. I mean the output execution screen. So to take values from the output execution screen, you will be using a command called int of input, and you are defining something, and you will be getting this value. Extra ease, if I put on ease, you will be having extra ease. So this is how it works basically. Let's go let's go to assignment operators basically. So for a comma b, right now before we saw like how to give an input from the output screen. So int of input and comma and int of input, we close this. So a comma b, we are giving two values from the output. So this is one value and this is second value from the output. So and we are using a plus equal to b. This is one of assignment operator. So assignment operators are the thing we have, like a couple of operators. Operators are like arithmetic operators and assignment operators. Arithmetic operators are plus, minus, ampersand, and division and multiplication. So the basic concept of those are, we can have it. So a plus b equals to addition, a minus b equals to subtraction, a star of b equals to multiplication, and a dividend of b equals to division. So these are basic concept that we know. I'm not like showing that things, but we can just modify that things and we can get an output of that. But here we are doing the assignment operator. So a plus equal to b, a addition of equal to b. How that's gonna be the output, we'll be checking here. I'm just running it, and I'm giving a value of a equal to 2 and b value equal to 3 from the output. So you can see the output is like, first print value is 2 and 3, and when something is like a plus and equal to b, so the value is a plus b equal to 5. And the later one, it is, we printed like what is a and what is b. A equal to 5 and b equal to 3, as we denoted before. And a plus equal to 1, so a value we have given previously equal to 5. Here we have 5 as an a value, and the value is 6. And and the value is 6 again, and from the value 6, a minus and equal to 1, so it is of minus 1 again, it is 5 again. And a value is, here a value is 5, and later one be equal to something. So I think you are getting a confusion out of here. So basically, so what I have done is, a value I assigned a value, b value I assigned a value from the output execution screen, and I did a plus and equal to b, and I printed the value of a and printed the value of b. For the value of a, and again I added the 1, and for again the value of a again, I'm subtracted 1, and I printed a again. So for the a again, I multiplied by 2, and I printed the value of a. So 5 is the value previously, and I multiplied with 2, and the value is 10, and I multiplied by 2 times and with the 2, and the value is 100 here. And for the 100, I have like percentile with 14, the value is 7, and I again subtracted with the value of b, so the b value is here. So it's here it is the value of 2, I guess. So the value is 4, and I'm again the value of b is equal to plus a, and the value is 4. For the a and b values, I did like couple of assignment values: plus equal to, minus equal to, and multiplication equal to, and multiplication is equal to, and dividend of equal to, and minus equal to, and equal to plus, kind of these operators. And I was checking with the outputs, basic functionalities of subtraction, multiplication, and division, and that's it. Any doubts here?
Is plus is equal to and equal to plus both the same?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
So
So we
basically,
can just
uh,
interchange and put anything.
yes, so basically, the functionality works like this. So if we see b equal to plus a, so b value is getting assigned the value of plus a. Okay, so if you interchange it, so a value will be getting assigned with the value of plus 1. That's it. So let's see how that works. Basically, same meaning, it will be adding with the plus 1, but it will
Mm.
be assigning the value for a. Here you are adding 1 to the value of a, difference. So
Okay,
basically, a equal to, so you are defining a variable is equal to plus 1. So whatever the value is there for the a, it will be added with the plus 1. That happens. I mean, the output will be same, but the logic is different. Did you get my point? So basically, a value will be assigned with the value of plus 1,
Okay.
and if you are doing plus equal to, a value will be addition first and later on equal. So that addition first and assigned to the value of 1 again. A, sorry. Let's see how that look like. So plus 1. Okay, I should give the values 2, 3. Yep. See here. So I have given a value of 2 and b value of 3.
Mm.
In the
Yeah.
first stage, I'm printing a plus equal to b, and the value is 5.
5.
And when I'm 5, value 5 for a, and what I'm doing, a value is 2 here previously, and 2 equal to plus 1, and the output is 3.
Okay.
So for
But
the value of
one doubt,
2,
that A value has changed into 5, right? When we printed A, it was 5. So 5 plus 1, will it not be that?
no. So basically a comma b, while I'm giving this integer, so we are adding with the b, so it is fetching the value of a. It is not the case actually. Let's do, if you have a doubt, let's separate these things out. I'm just commenting out it out.
Okay.
Let's just run only this.
You don't have any print statement to print the value.
Yep. That's what it is. So a comma b, and we are giving two inputs, and a value we are having the plus b, and we are just printing the value of a. It's 5 and 3, and the value is 3. 5 equal to plus of 3, and we are printing a value of a. So a value is getting assigned the value of plus b. That's it. So it is saying 3. Got it right? So it is just getting the value of assertion. That's it. It's not
So it is
arithmetically
not
mathematical.
adding.
It's not adding.
Adding A plus B, it is just having the value of B, not adding, correct?
Yes. So first it is getting assigned. The plus concept is just taking as an integer. That's it.
Okay, okay.
Nice out actually. Yeah. Let's go to the next topic. Here we have comparators. So comparators are like equal to and not equal to, less than, greater than, and greater than equal to, and not greater than equal to. So these are the statements. So I'll just quickly close this. So when I'm on the A, we are assigning a value, and B, we are assigning a value from the output, and we are checking equal to. So A equal to B, or is A is not equal to B, and A is greater than B, or it is less than B, or equal to B, and less than equal to. And I'm just running this. Let's say 12, and the value of 2 is 5. So we have an output of like this. So when a value of first value is 12 and the second value is 5, we are checking if that is equal. The output is false, it is not equal. And in Python, basically in Java and some other languages, the output of boolean values is always zeros and one. When something is true, it happens with the value of 0, and something is false, it happens with the value of 1. So in Python, it derivatively it throws a value of false and true. And this is how it looks like. When something you want to check something is equal and not equal to, so the output will be like false and true, something like this. So did you get this? This is an easy one. Directly
Yeah.
equal to and not equal to and greater than equal to, and we're just given some values, and it's just checking if the values are comparatively true or false.
Um, Here you are also converting it to int, the input value.
Yes, in integer
Okay.
values. Okay.
So if we don't give that int, it will be taking as a like
String.
letters, right? Okay.
Yeah, it is by default it will be considering it as string.
Okay. Mm.
In the
So if
last
you
example
this,
also you had done this.
yes,
Can you show the day 7 one, like the project
yep,
7 or something? What was that?
yep, we can go there. Yep, here we have int of input.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Here also int of input. So integer of input value, we have given two values and we are comparing this. So let's say we are removing integers. Okay, something we are input of some value. Let's run this. So enter value. Let's say 55 and something of 6. So with that value, it is considered something, and we are not defining it as an integer, but add those are integers, and the values got getting comparated. But in this input, we'll be running this again. I'm giving a value of string. Okay, something log like a b c d, and I'm giving enter, and again a b c d, and I'm giving enter. So it is again comparing. Equal is true and false, it is getting compared. So how do you think ABCD and ABCD are getting compared? So basically string value for every string value, meaning of every character has an ASCII value. ASCII value for a value is something, ASCII values of like some value, and it will be compared with the integer of ASCII value with the second B inputs. Okay, so if we give an integer as an exclusive event, so let's say, so we are defining int as an exclusive event. So no matter what, the output should be int. So if I give a b c d again, so it says uh, value error. So we had defined the value of int and you are giving a value of string, so it says invalid little for int value with a base of 10 abcd. That's what it is. So basically, by default the value will be string. If you want to define the type as an integer, in the output you will be determining it as a value of integer. So same here, we are just giving the value of input as an integer itself, only integer. So that's how the multiplication and everything with the assignment is work. Yeah, here we have and not logic operators. Okay, so here also we are giving a int of input and b of int of input, and same as like we are defining the type value as integer. So the type value of integer should be always integer. If you give string, it will throw an error obviously. So we are running it, and here you can see a value print of syntax error, invalid syntax error, forgot a comma. Maybe forgot a comma. Okay, a value we are giving it as 10, 12, and b value as 10. So the first thing we have input is like true. So a value is 10, 10 is greater than 10, sorry, 12 is greater than 10, and b is less than 20. And operator, within the and operator, when some two values are true and the value should be true. So that's how the and operator works. And we have another output, let's say 12 and 10, enter. So the first second one also it's true. So 12 is a value that is greater than 10 and 10 is a value which is less than 20. So in the or operator, something two values are true and it's gonna be true. So for the boolean values, uh, between these characters, so for and operator, nor operator, and here I have defined it, and should be having both true statements, or should be having either one of the uh, statement should be true, not whatever the output we are having, that's gonna be having an opposite result. So if you are giving a not operator, if the values are like the output is true, and it will be output will be negative. And in the and operator, when two statements are true, then the output is true. In or operator, either one of the value is true and the output will be true.
Okay.
Got it?
What are
Any
these
questions?
called? These are called logical operators
Yes, these are
and or
logical operators.
okay.
We will be using logical operators, let's say, in the automation perspective, when you are writing a scenario, and your output is always changing for opposite result. So you have a data input from, let's say, on from excel sheet. You are having mhm, what could be the best example? Weather could be a big best example. Okay, you're having two weather inputs, so you are guessing what weather it could be in the day, as an example. So you'll be calculating weather on two specification, one is humidity, one is atmosphere. Okay, atmosphere is the air condition, and humidity is the amount of water precipitation present in the air. So let's say you have humidity and B you have atmosphere. And if you are using AND logic, when the two values are equivalent and the probability of getting a rain is true, logical. Did you get it?
Yeah, okay.
It works like that. So logical probability of testing something with the logic operators will be like this. So best example is getting probability of rain, getting rain chances in a day. Yeah, we are on decision making of if else and elif statements. Okay, we'll be writing more commands. So we are on if. So conditions, basically condition is of decision making, basically comes from conditions. Conditions are of three types: if else and elif. Something you are giving it as an input, you have two optional variables, a kind of yes or no, true or false. You can't predict between two conditions. That's where you will be getting the condition of if, or else elif, or else if else. So basically, if condition, if you are having only one statement that can be passed on to the output, we'll be using if condition. If else, you are having two conditions and you wanted to print the both two conditions, that's going to be if else. But you are having many options and many output conditions, we'll be using elif. I'm running this once. So here we are using balance as an input. So input is of again integer, enter the value, and which is of balance. So what I'm doing right here is in the bank ATM, you went to the bank. So basically this will be the command in the background. So if you enter, if balance in your account is like 2000, let's say, I'm just clicking enter. So it prints low balance and it's below 5000. Thank you. If balance is the amount you entered is below 5000, then these two print statements will get executed. And if you see the indentation here, so we talked about indentation in the second topic. So indentation is like placing the print values like by reading constant of next lines. So here we are closing the statement of if and we are giving the print statement from the middle line. So it will consider uh, if this condition is succeeded and you need to go to these two functionalities, and then later on it will go to the next functionality. So no matter what, so if I entered run the amount, so we are defining the value if it is less than 5000. What if I given the value of 6000 and if I click enter, it says thank you. So these two statements got didn't executed because the value is already greater than 5000. So it directly went to the print statement and it said thank you. So if condition works like this. Do you get this? How if balance is something like this and it is jumping to the right to the print statement of thank you, and if the balance is equivalently less than 5000, it will printing these statements. So how decision is working here? Did you get this? Any
Yes,
doubt?
yes, got it.
Okay. So for the same thing, we are using elif statement. Okay, I'm running this. If I'm giving the value of 2000, see, in the first phase, it got assigned with the value of 2000, which is less than 5000, obviously, and it is executed the value of these two things, and it's below 5000, so it says balance, it's below 5000. These two sentences got executed. Okay, so what if the value is equivalent to 5000? What will be the if you wanted to show 5000 is the value that you are having exactly, and so we are using an elif condition. So in the elif, the balance, if it is equal to 5000, you are printing only this statement. You are neglecting both the statement, like greater than or equal to, else statements. So basically the balance is, if it is less than 5000, it will be printing low balance, and it is below 5000. And if the value is exactly to the 5000, so it is only printing this statement, it is executing above and below statements. But if you see again, I'm running it. If I'm printing 6000, which is not equal to 5000, and which is it is greater than 5000 again, so it is printing else statement, print balance is okay. Balance is okay, thank you. No matter what the conditions are, print statement is the derivative default value. You are printing print thank you. This is how indentation works. So if you are like printing this statement, let's say I'm just printing this statement, I'm moving this to right below the balance is okay, and I'm running it. So if you say, if I put something like 2000, and now you cannot see the thank you value here, because I have moved indented below the print statement. So you are getting this right? Any questions here?
No, this is also clear. So, Kalyan, just wanted to clarify. So, usually, like how long will the class be every day?
1 hour.
Okay, okay, got it. So,
We are
like,
about
like,
time right now.
okay, okay, got it. Yeah, I just wanted to clarify. So, usually it's 1 hour, right?
Usually it's 1 hour, but I just wanted to close this decisioning topic
Yeah.
right here
Okay, okay. Sure, sure. Yeah,
first.
definitely.
Yep. So we have covered like most of the assignment topics and arithmetic topics and basics of integers and strings, and we use type characters of like integers and strings, and how we are like defining it with the differences. So with this class, we have a basic knowledge of Python executions with assignments, with arithmetic operators, and with logical operators. So just within these syntaxes, just keep things in mind of the logic, how logic works, how a code runs. So that's the main criteria of everything right now. Okay, so when we have like defining how we are like assigning a value to a variable, so how variable is taking the values, and how it is printing, how it is taking the output, and how conditions are performed, and how conditions syntax is placed. So if you are using if and the balance is like this, and if it is less than 5000, you're closing the statement and you are printing some value, and the difference again, single colon and double colon. So it is same always again, and yep. So this is how it works. And tomorrow we are going to start with the for loops, functions, lambda functions, and files. What if you want to take a file from the input, and what if you want to take an input of PDF file or else Excel file, how to read it, how to use it, we'll be discussing that things tomorrow.
Okay, sure.
Yep, any questions with these things?
No,
Whatever
no.
we discussed
Good,
today.
good with today.
Yep.
Just that, Kalyan. So, hopefully, it won't. Other classes will be correct on time. Is it?
Yep.
Yeah, because if we had to leave after the 1 hour, like wanted to make sure we don't miss anything after the timing.
Yeah, sure. So sometimes it's like we are just intended to close the topics as expected.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's where we are getting standard. So and also understanding everything is important at that time.
Yeah. 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 Thank you so much, Kalyan.
Yeah. Hopefully we are good with the today's class. Thank you, Tim. Yeah, we'll connect
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time. Okay. Bye.
Bye.